Good evening and welcome to Washington. I'm Doug McKelway in for Brett Baer. President Obama has just wrapped up remarks following an historic meeting with Japanese Prime Minister at Pearl Harbor, 75 years after the Japanese attack that brought America into World War II. The visit followed Mr. Obama's trip to Hiroshima in May. The leaders shared a moment of silence in an all-white room where 2,400 names of the fallen reside on a wall. Correspondent Kevin Corke is on the ground at Pearl Harbor. Hello, Kevin.
Hey there, Doug. You're right, saying it was a testament to the power of reconciliation. President Obama today welcomed his Japanese counterpart to mark the solemn occasion, as you just pointed out, 75 years to the month since the attacks at Pearl Harbor. But for those who came here hoping for a direct, specific apology from the Japanese leader, well, they left wanting. It was a day for reflection and reconciliation, but not for an apology.
As the Prime Minister of Japan, I offer my sincere and everlasting condolences to the souls of those who lost their lives here.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe today acknowledged Japan's role in the deadly attacks on Pearl Harbor 75 years ago this month at the memorial site of the USS Arizona, but he stopped short of apologizing. Instead, Abe struck a tone similar to that of President Obama, who spoke at Hiroshima earlier this year. And while the sounds of battle have long since faded, some vestiges of the war do remain. Most notably, the security relationship that effectively calls on the United States to assume the role of protector of the Japanese empire, a role that comes at a very heavy cost to the American taxpayer, both in terms of manpower and money, something that then candidate Donald Trump called unsustainable.
I want Japan and Germany and Saudi Arabia and South Korea and many of the NATO nations. They owe us tremendous. We're taking care of all these people. And what I want them to do is pay up.
Analysts believe Trump's comments have created a level of uncertainty among leaders in Tokyo, who, like Abe, have long dealt with the complicated internal politics of America's military presence in Okinawa. But while Trump's suggestion that Japan assume more of the burden for its defense would be a departure from existing U.S. policy, experts doubt the rhetoric will alter reality.
They have common interests, they have common values, and they are threatened by a country that has challenged both Tokyo and Washington, and that, of course, is China. And I think that will be an important element of the glue that keeps these two nations marching forward together.
Still, it was Abe who was the first world leader to greet Mr. Trump after his victory in November, a sign that even if the dynamics change, the relationship, one of America's most important, will endure. Poignantly, and perhaps most importantly, the president thanked World War II veterans, many of whom were in attendance here today, Doug. Brave members of the greatest generation who will never forget that day and will certainly never be forgotten. Doug?
Kevin Corke from Pearl Harbor tonight. Thank you, Kevin.